I mean, I'm gonna be in the ring different. Like I say to him in Spanish, he needs 20 like him to give me a little problems.
Excuse my language. The size difference of a bigger man changes everything with one punch.
Supremacy. Canelo Alvarez means to the Mexican fans what Floyd Money Mayweather meant for black people.
Canelo Alvarez gave Terence Crawford a strong warning and said he was sure he could beat him. During a live press conference, Canelo stressed that he was much more skilled and experienced, and that the difference in weight class gave him an edge. He made it clear that Crawford, who was 3 weight classes lighter, wasn't much of a threat in a fight. Canelo was sure that his height, strength, and experience would help him win, and he saw the fight as a chance to show how good he is at fighting.
Bud Crawford, just won his debut at 154. Said if the money's right, we'll fight. Everybody wants that fight. What do you feel about that matchup? People saying the weight, all this stuff. How do you feel about that?
You know, everybody wants to fight me. Everybody calling me out and everything. And you know, like I say, I have nothing to win with Crawford. 2, 3 weights class less than me. But if the money is right, why not? Right? Why not? But look, I'm focused 100% on Berlanga. I know I have a challenge in front. I never overlook any fighter. So I'm focused 100% in this, and then we...
Canelo is the undisputed super middleweight king. During his career, he has shown amazing strength, accuracy, and defense. He is the most powerful person in his weight class because he can set the rules and pace of battles. Crawford, on the other hand, has become the best boxer in a number of weight classes thanks to his versatility, speed, and ability to respond. His ability to transition between orthodox and southpaw stances, mixed with his high ring IQ, helps him to outmaneuver opponents and exploit openings. The fight between Canelo's power and experience and Crawford's speed and skill looks like it will be very exciting and could be a turning point in boxing history.
He moved up and won, and Canelo moved up and lost.
They talk all the crazy stuff about me going up and having a tough time, but he went up in weight and lost. That's the difference. I went up weight and won.
I don't think that was a strong point because Canelo Alvarez actually moved up and won. I mean, he moved up a lot of weight classes, but if you want to talk about light heavyweight, he moved up and he beat Kobe. Then he moved up again and he lost to Bivol. Terence Crawford, on the other hand, he moves up to 154. He won 115, 113, but it was just an 11-0 Madrimov who didn't really have much of a resume, right? But there's a difference, to be real. I mean, Bivol is a Hall of Fame. Okay, this guy, all-time light heavyweight. This is a bit different because Canelo did knock out Kovalev when he did move up. Okay, and Kovalev is a bigger challenge at light heavyweight than Madrimov at 154 for Terence Crawford. Let's just keep it up.
Trainer Joel Diaz has talked a lot about how important it is for boxers to face opponents of different sizes, especially as smaller fighters hit harder and face naturally bigger opponents. He says that even one punch can change the course of a fight in a big way, especially if one of the fighters is used to fighting in a bigger weight class. Diaz's point of view is especially relevant in light of the impending fight between Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez. While Crawford has shown remarkable skill and versatility throughout his career, Diaz thinks that jumping up weight classes to face a fighter like Alvarez poses significant obstacles. Alvarez, as a natural super middleweight, has not just size and strength advantages, but also significant experience against larger opponents. Whereas Crawford is recognized for his speed and technical prowess, Diaz emphasizes that these characteristics may not fully compensate for the physical differences. In this case, the ability to absorb and resist punches from bigger fighters is important, and Alvarez's experience in this area may give him an advantage.
If we can beat Canelo, no problem. I mean, I respect that, but I just think they're stupid. I mean, excuse my language. The size difference of a bigger man changes everything with one punch. And I can see the same thing. I mean, you saw Canelo Alvarez fighting Amir Khan. Now, look at this. Terence Crawford moved from 47 to 54 to fight Madrimov. What did he do to Madrimov? Nothing. Okay, Madrimov was a 54-pounder. Now, to move up to 168, that's 2 more divisions. Canelo Alvarez will take any punch from Crawford, but I don't think Crawford will take any punches from Canelo. Remember, Canelo got hit by Triple G, the heaviest hitter in that division. And Canelo took those shots like a champ. I don't think Crawford has anything.
Canelo Alvarez's rise to prominence is marked by his desire to face formidable opponents in several weight classes. Notably, Canelo's wins against these larger opponents have cemented his reputation as a tenacious and strategic boxer. In addition to his in-ring achievements, Canelo's importance to Mexican fans mirrors Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s popularity among black populations in Guadalajara, Jalisco. Canelo's journey from poor origins resonates strongly with his fans. His success story reflects many Mexicans' goals, representing tenacity and pride.
Canelo is beating these guys with all 5 layers of defense. Number 1, feet. Number 2, elbows, hands, shoulders, and the mind. This is exactly how both of those guys got to the highest level of boxing supremacy. Canelo Alvarez means to the Mexican fans what Floyd Money Mayweather meant for black people. 50 wins in boxing, no losses, no draws. And follow for more.
John Porter, a former welterweight champion who met Terence Crawford in the ring, is worried about Crawford's ability to handle Canelo Alvarez's power. Porter knows Crawford's toughness, but wonders if he can withstand the physicality of a naturally larger and stronger opponent like Canelo. He underlines that absorbing punches from a larger man presents a unique difficulty, and the weight difference could have a significant impact on the battle. Porter says that Crawford's strategy should focus on avoiding exchanges and focus on movement to counter Canelo's power. He also points out that while Crawford has proven resilient against hard-hitting welterweights, the move to super middleweight brings new hurdles. Porter's observations stress the complexity of the fight and the need for preparation and adaptability when facing a formidable opponent like Canelo Alvarez.
You're like, no, that's 2 more weight classes. Like, once he gets touched by Canelo, it's going to be different.
I am concerned about him absorbing a Canelo punch, especially through the course of 12 rounds. We do know this about Canelo. He's going to slow down, so I think if anything, Canelo would try to start fast and bang on him and break him down before he gets later, and he's still got that kind of steam. But, there's so many components that make a champion. There's so many components that make a great, a legend. It's just so much to go into. It's a conversation that lasts an hour easily when we talk about all of the components that Terence Crawford has, all of the components that Canelo has, and how we find how they even out and who trumps one another, you know what I mean? We tried to do that with Errol Spence and Terence Crawford, and we see how that...
Promoter Eddie Hearn has described the impending battle between Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford as a freak fight, underlining the 2 fighters' significant weight disparities. Crawford, who has fought at welterweight and light middleweight, will move up to super middleweight to face Canelo, the natural super middleweight champion. Hearn notes that on fight night, Canelo could weigh between 185 and 190 pounds, while Crawford could weigh between 168 and 170 pounds, indicating a significant size and power advantage for the Mexican champion. Despite Crawford's exceptional skills and accomplishments, including becoming the first male boxer to be undisputed in 2 weight classes, Hearn questions Crawford's ability to overcome the physical imbalance, claiming that even if Crawford performs well, the size gap could be a major barrier. And Alvarez's victory may not carry the same weight due to the mismatch in natural sizes.
Crawford going to be able to bridge this weight gap?
Yeah, I don't think he can, in all honesty. I mean, he might not be able to bridge it on Saturday.
Yeah.
So,
one weight class.
68, yeah, but you're coming up from 35. 35, 40, 47, 54. Sooner or later, it's one too many. And 68 is definitely too many. But Crawford's brilliant. Like, he's a genius. He's a generational great. So maybe he can find a way to do it. But I feel he'd be hugely outsized against Canelo Alvarez. Yeah. But you have to use your movement. if you're Terence Crawford in that fight. The last thing you want to do is stand and trade. He'd be moving a lot in that fight, trust me. I'm not saying he'd be running, but he would be moving a lot. Of course, that's the way to beat him.
Dan Rafael, a seasoned boxing expert, has given an in-depth study of the upcoming fight between Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez, which is scheduled for September 12, 2025, in Las Vegas. Rafael emphasizes the bout's importance, describing it as a watershed event in boxing history in which two pound-for-pound greats square off. Crawford's choice to confront Alvarez at super middleweight is a daring move that shows his ambition and confidence. Rafael notes that while Crawford's technical excellence, adaptability, and ring intelligence are well documented, the move to a heavier weight class adds additional variables. Crawford's past experiences did not prepare him for the physical challenges and power dynamics of 168 pounds. Alvarez, on the other hand, is known for his strength, experience, and tactical knowledge, which have helped him conquer the super middleweight class. Rafael notes that Alvarez's ability to control matches and his resilience make him a tough opponent for anyone entering his weight class. The matchup is more than just a test of skills, it's also a battle of legacy. Crawford's victory would solidify his status as one of the sport's all-time greats. Alvarez may become a 5-division world champion if he defeats a fighter of Crawford's ability, cementing his reputation and dominance in the sport. Rafael believes that this battle goes beyond championships and belts. It's about two champions competing at the top level. The excitement surrounding the battle reflects both fighters' fame and the enormous stakes involved, as the boxing world eagerly anticipates this historic event. Rafael's insight gives a thorough knowledge of the obstacles and consequences for both combatants. The outcome of this fight will likely have a long-term effect on the sports world. Canelo Alvarez has expressed a strong desire for his upcoming fight with Terence Crawford to provide the excitement that fans seek. Reflecting on his recent fight against William Skull, which was widely criticized for its lack of action, Alvarez set a record for the fewest combined punches thrown in a 12-round bout since CompuBox began tracking statistics. Alvarez stressed the importance of engaging bouts. He was upset by Skull's extremely defensive style, which ended in a boring match despite Alvarez's triumph. Looking ahead, Alvarez hopes Crawford will approach their fight with the mindset of giving a thrilling performance. He thinks that spectators deserve an exciting fight and expects Crawford to rise to the situation, making their matchup a dynamic and unforgettable event.
Message to fighters who will fight you in the future, obviously not Crawford, but with that kind of mindset, they just want to last the distance.
That's a mediocre mind. That's a mediocre mind because they come just to survive, to go to the 12th round. That's a mediocre mind. You need to put a good fight there and put great show. You know what I mean?
Do you think Crawford will employ the same tactics?
I hope not. I hope not because the people deserve a good fight.
What do you make of the Crawford fight next?
Huh?
How excited are you for the Crawford fight?
I'm excited. I'm gonna enjoy this win and then we can do it.
What did you think of Ryan Garcia's?
Boxing veteran Roy Jones Jr. emphasizes that Canelo Alvarez's strategic approach will determine the result of his fight against Terence Crawford. Jones says that if Alvarez underestimates Crawford or deviates from a focused game plan, he risks losing. He emphasizes the necessity of Alvarez using his size and power advantages while staying respectful of Crawford's abilities. According to Jones, Crawford's flexibility and ring intelligence make him a tough opponent capable of capitalizing on any mistakes. Thus, Alvarez must approach the fight with prudence and precision in order to win.
Jonathan Aguilar here for Pro Boxing Fans, joined by, does he need any introduction, Hall of Fame legend Roy Jones Jr. here in the UK. There's a few questions about the US guys. Obviously, Tank and Lamont Roach, we saw the first fight. Lamont Roach shot the world. What do you think happens in a rematch if they fight?
I think he shocks the world again. But the only thing different this time is Tank will come with a different attitude, different personality, different motivation. And I think Roach will do good again, but I think Tank will be more dominant this time.
And obviously we know if Canelo wins against William Skull, he will fight Terence Crawford in September. Who would you favour in that fight?
You know, it's a hard one to call, and I'm going to tell you why it's a hard one to call. It's a hard one to call because it'll all be predicated upon how Canelo approaches the fight. If Canelo approaches the fight like he's the man and he can box and outbox Terence Crawford, he'll get beat. If he comes out and shows that he really wants to go out and prove whether he's still the best, he might win. So it all depends on which Canelo come to the dance.
Edgar Berlanga has voiced concern about the impending fight between Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford, calling it a mismatch because of the considerable weight difference. While admitting Crawford's superior skill set and intelligence, Berlanga thinks that Alvarez's size advantage at super middleweight could be crucial. He notes that Crawford's mental fortitude and skills outperform those of Alvarez's previous opponent, Jermall Charlo, but wonders if these qualities can compensate for the physical disadvantages. Berlanga thinks that if Crawford were a natural 168-pound fighter and Alvarez was closer to 147 pounds, the dynamics of the bout would be different despite the hurdles. Berlanga did not underestimate Crawford's skill, saying, "I don't doubt Crawford is one of the best in the world. He could definitely pull it off if he were large enough. I know his will is strong." He sees the fight's attractiveness, citing the financial incentives and the historical significance of a two-time undisputed champion fighting the undisputed 168 pounds champion. However, Berlanga warns that the size disparity remains a sizable barrier that could affect the fight's competitiveness.
The Terence Crawford wants to fight Canelo.
Yeah.
Just from your expert opinion, knowing how Canelo fights, what he's like in the ring, I know you haven't been in the ring with Terence, but what do you think of that fight?
I truly believe, that, anything can happen in boxing, you know what I'm saying? And Terence Crawford is a legend. He's great. He's a great fighter. The only thing I see that I favor Canelo is that, is his weight.
Yeah.
And that he's more bigger. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing. But as far as skill set wise, IQ, I feel like Crawford can match anybody and probably do way better, you know what I'm saying? But, Crawford is a legend, bro.
Yeah.
And like I said, you can't count him out.
Ryan Garcia has firmly predicted that Canelo Alvarez will overcome Terence Crawford in the forthcoming super fight, citing Alvarez's size and mastery of his boxing style as important advantages. Garcia stressed that weight classes exist for a reason and believes Crawford's performance against Israel Madrimov at 154 pounds lacked the strength required to compete at 168 pounds against a seasoned champion like Alvarez. "Crawford can't beat Canelo," he said, "since he didn't look powerful against Madrimov, who isn't even that large.